Hello Cancerian family, welcome to my channel Cancer Moon Oracles. My name is Rosa and I'm actually coming in with a bonus reading for your sign. I actually felt called to do this for quite some time and I am carving out the space this morning to do this reading for you. And I felt intuitively called to do it. It is going to be more of like a shadowy reading, and let's dive on in. I'm going to talk to you as we go through the reading. I am breaking my newest deck, which is the Soul Mirror Oracle, which I actually bought for myself. I was really drawn to this deck, and would you believe a Cancerian sold this deck to me? We got talking and we found out, or I found out, that she was a Cancerian too. So I just felt like this deck was destined for me. So I was shuffling the cards. I did begin your reading and a card did come out and I felt called to stick with it. And the card that came through at the bottom of the deck was the Destiny card. So I'm doing your reading all over again, but I'm going to stick with this card, Cancer. So let me just show you the card. It's titled Destiny. And it says at the bottom of the card, it says past or future focused / present. Let me read that again. Past or future focused / present. Now, what I find really interesting about this card is that it's kind of like relevant for Cancerians, because I tend to find with Cancerians that they're either living in the past or they're living in the future, and they're living somewhere else other than in the present moment. I tend to find Cancerians can disassociate from where they are currently at and they're living somewhere else, or they're somewhere else energetically. So if I may, Cancer, if I may, I just want you, if you're listening to this right now, I just want you to take a big deep breath, and I want you to take a big deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I want you to do that 3 times, and I want you to be present here in this space. Okay, I want you to come into this space and just be here with me right now. Just feel into this moment. Just be here with your thoughts, with your energy, with your time. And if you find yourself sort of like floating off, drifting off somewhere else, catch your energy and bring it back, Cancer. And it's, you know what, it's going to be, and you probably will find yourself kind of drifting off and doing that more so during Pisces season, because Pisces is the fish, right? The symbolism is the fish, and Pisces can tend to drift and go with the flow, and Pisceans can be very vague, and Pisceans, like the shadowy side of Pisces, can disassociate and disconnect from reality. And you may be finding yourself doing this right now, Cancer. So if you're the Cancerian doing that, I just want you to just gently bring yourself back to the now moment. So Cancer, I just want you to listen to my voice, or just hear my voice. And if you're the Cancerian who is, say, living in the past or heavily focused on the past, you know, bring yourself to the now moment. And if you're the Cancerian that is heavily focused on the future, or worried and anxious about, you know, the future, just bring yourself to the now moment. Okay? Because destiny is created in the now moment. And this card is titled Destiny. You know, tomorrow is created from what you do today. So it's kind of like pointless, Cancer, to be worrying about tomorrow when you're not even there yet. When you could be proactive and productive today, focusing on one thing at a time, focusing on what you can do today in order to, I don't know, maybe get closer to your dreams or your goals tomorrow, or maybe even how you want to feel tomorrow. So if you're wanting to feel more safe or secure and less anxious or less worried, what can you do today? What steps or action steps can you take today to ensure that you can lessen that feeling of feeling anxious and worried in the tomorrow? You know what I mean, Cancer? And for those Cancerians who are heavily focused on the past, like, what is it that you're needing to release and let go of today from the past, so you can be in the present moment and focus on being where you are now? Because obviously if you are focused on the past, there's still something there. There's an emotional attachment there. There's some healing work there for you that you may need to look into or feel into. Sometimes I find, Cancer, scrying, journaling can help. Okay, maybe even talking to someone that you trust, that you love, that you feel safe around. And if you haven't got someone that you can talk to, like I said, journal it out if you can, or go for a walk, talk to yourself. And I find sometimes, for me personally, I like to have real life conversations with myself. And I find that can be very cathartic, that can be very healing when I hear myself speak, when I hear myself talk, and I'm actually saying it out aloud. When I look at this card, Cancer, I'm seeing this girl, she's looking at the star, what appears to be the star, and it seems so far away. There is something here that you are yearning for, longing for. It feels at a distance from you. It feels like it's far away. But again, I feel like you need to, or you should, bring yourself back to the present moment. And remember, the star itself, the star card itself, invites us to stay optimistic, stay hopeful, but it also invites us to perhaps do some healing work. Okay, so lean into some personal healing work, and only you're going to know what that is for you. Only you are going to know what that is for you. I'm going to grab an archetype card from Kim Krans, because I find her cards can be very shadowy. So let's take a look at an archetype card, and I'm going to read this intuitively. So Spirit, Angels and Guides, what else is it that Cancer needs to know right now? What messages do you have for Cancer? What is it that Cancer needs to hear? We have the Star Born. the Star Born. So I'm getting something about wishes, an unrealized wish, or because I'm looking at the egg. So there is something here, Cancer, that you have maybe always longed for. It's like a vision, a dream, a wish, a hope, a desire, something that you yearn for. It hasn't been realized. It hasn't manifested in the real world. You haven't manifested it in the 3D world, okay? It's yet to be manifested. It's yet to be created. So the idea is there. Something wants to be birthed. And I feel like it wants to be birthed. Like I said, we're in Pisces season, and it's like we're going through that birth canal. But something isn't quite ready to be birthed into the 3D world, the real world. It's not quite ready, but it's coming through the birth canal. So I'm feeling this for you, Cancer. So it's kind of like it's getting ready. It's preparing itself. It's getting itself into place. Some of you Cancerians may be freaking out at this point. Some of you may be retreating and holding on to maybe some past or old stories. Okay. Some of you may be projecting into the future and worrying, and it's like, why are you doing that? We're not even there yet. You need to focus on the now. Just breathe. Just think about giving birth to a baby. Just if you have or if you haven't, just think about that and what that could feel like or what that did feel like for yourself. Just breathe. Just bring yourself back to this now moment and just breathe through the process. Right? Because I feel like something wants to be birthed into this lifetime. Something is coming through, Cancer. Something is coming through you. Something creative, I feel. I feel like it's something creative. It could be like I'm seeing a young girl here. So it could be like a new you even. You might be going through a personal transformation. You may be scared of change. But there definitely is a new beginning on the cards. Okay, there's definitely a new beginning on the cards. I feel this for you, Cancer. I'm going to break out the Wild Unknown Tarot. It can feel a little overwhelming, I will be honest. This feeling I'm getting, it can feel a little overwhelming. And it also feels like you are on the precipice of something quite big, something quite large, something quite overwhelming. I feel like you need to give yourself some credit. That's what I feel, Cancer. You need to give yourself some credit here. Let's see what the tarot cards want to say. Spirit, angels and guides, what messages do you have for Cancer today? What messages do you have for Cancer today? Wow, we have the Devil, Capricorn energy. So I am hearing here, Cancer, that you need to stay committed, stay disciplined. You know, Capricorn energy, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So, you know, hang in there, stay committed. You know, this is going to require discipline here. It's so easy with the Devil to escape or I don't know, play victim or dabble in something toxic. It's so easy with the Devil to self-sabotage. You know, the Devil would invite me here to say, pay attention to your own red flags, Cancer. Only you are going to know what your own red flags are. Only you're going to know what your self-sabotaging patterns are, okay? Or maybe not. And if not, then I invite you to bring yourself to the present moment and ask those questions. Ask those questions like, what's holding you back? What's stopping you? You know, why are you reverting to a pattern that is inhibiting your growth or inhibiting your success? Could the Devil be someone in your environment? Could this be someone in your environment that is holding you back? Just like a question, okay, Cancer? It's just a question, something for you to take to your journal, something for you to think about. But the Devil would invite me to say again, like, pay attention to your own red flags. But this is also on the positive, like, stay committed, you know, stay committed. Discipline yourself, like really just like when I look at the mountain goat is Capricorn. The mountain goat is agile on its feet. It wants to reach the top of the mountain, Cancer. Capricorn is your opposing sign on the zodiac, right? So there's something here from Capricorn that you can really learn from. So if Capricorn is your opposing sign, Cancer, if success is what you want, and success doesn't have to be monetary, there may be something here that you're striving to achieve for yourself, even on a personal level, like lean into the Capricorn energy. It's available to you. It's opposite you for a reason, right? You can utilize the Capricorn energy. Make the most of it. So, like I said, the mountain goat is agile on its feet. It wants to reach the top of the mountain. You have the capability or the ability to reach the top of the mountain. And the goat will get to the top. It wants to get to the top. Nothing will get in its way. And if you stick to that kind of like mindset, you'll be sweet. Now, this kind of a mindset, Cancer, is going to take daily focus, right? This kind of a mindset is going to take daily focus. This is where this card of destiny comes in. That's why I say if you're drifting to the past or you're drifting to the future, just bring yourself back to the present moment. What do you have to do today, Cancer? What do you need to do today? What do you need to do now? Just, you know what else you can do is write down 3 things that you can do today. Chunk it down. Chunk it down so you can see for yourself an action plan. That might make it easier for you to break it down. I mean, sometimes water signs, being a water sign, sometimes we need that. We need like an action plan because we're water, and water tends to kind of just like drift off and go with the flow, or sometimes water can stagnate. So we need an action plan. We need to see it. Just something to think about, Cancer, right? All right, what else is it that Cancer needs to know? Now, the Devil also makes me feel like this could be in relation to your work or your career, okay, because it is Capricorn energy. It is Capricorn. I'll take the first card that I see, which is the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands. I see the butterfly. Butterfly speaks to transformation. It speaks to change. Spread your wings, Cancer. I feel like some of you are on the precipice. Okay, I see, and this butterfly sits right on top of that egg. The egg is cracking. It's about to give birth. You're about to give birth. Something is about to be manifested, Cancer. Something is about to be born. Something is about to be created. There's new life here. There's a new beginning. Okay, you might hit the ground running in Aries season. This message might come to you at the right time in Pisces season, so you can hit the ground running in Aries season. Sorry, I literally hit the ground then. And you saw the camera shake, right? Now, the 6 of Wands, it's a card of victory. It's a card of success. This is Spirit saying, Cancer, it's yours for the taking. With the right amount of discipline, the right amount of focus, the right amount of consistency, what you do every day, you can achieve exactly what it is that you want. Of course you can. The 6 of Wands says so. Okay, now the 6 of Wands is also a card that tells us that it's going to take work. It's not going to come to you if you sit back and you just twiddle your thumbs, right? It's going to also take hard work. But I want you to know that that hard work is going to be recognized. Other people are definitely going to see your work. They're going to see your worth if that's what you're striving for or you're achieving here. Other people are going to notice the change in you. They may not even recognize you, Cancer. They may be like, oh, wow, Cancer, you're like a completely different person. You're not the same person. I mean, the Devil is here, right? So you might literally be breaking free from your own toxic pattern or your own toxic cycle. You might be breaking free from a toxic relationship, or you might be letting go of a job or a career that no longer supports you or makes you happy. It could be anything, Cancer. It's a general reading, so take what resonates, right? Spirit, angels and guides, what messages do you have for the sign of Cancer? What is it that Cancer needs to know? Judgment. Judgment card is here. So the Judgment card is a major arcana card. So you've got two major arcanas here. But it's a card of rebirth. So I feel like, Cancer, that you are going to be reborn. You're going through a spiritual transformation. That's what it feels like. Because the Judgment card, it's rebirth. It's like, I just feel like with the Judgment card that you're learning a major lesson. I feel like I'm connecting with a Cancerian here who is finally breaking free. I feel like you're finally going to break free from a shackle that has held you back for a really long time. And maybe for all of your life, or for as long as you can remember, if I can put it like that, Cancer. It is going to feel like there is light at the end of the tunnel. This makes me feel like there's a release. It's going to feel like a weight has been lifted off of your shoulders. Now, the Judgment card is also, this comes down to you though, Cancer, right? And it comes down to the decision that you make in the present moment. So what decision are you making in this present moment? Because if you make no decision, if you don't make a decision, then everything as you know it stays exactly the same. Nothing changes. And if nothing changes, then nothing changes, right? And then you know the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and over and expecting a different result. So something to think about. All right, so let's grab some wisdom of the oracle cards just to close out your reading. I feel like that was the main message for today. We have to be fair, which is a card of Libra. Okay, justice. Some of you feel like life has been out of balance. I feel like for you, Cancer, the scales haven't been balanced. There's been a particular area of your life that has not been, or there's been a particular area of your life that has been weighing you down. Put it that way, I feel. And it's time to balance out those scales, Cancer. I'm seeing an owl in this card, and the owl to me speaks to your intuition. So Cancer, this is not a time to place blame or point the finger at anybody. Someone taught me this, and I can't remember who it was, but someone said that when you're pointing the finger at somebody else, there are 3 fingers pointing back at you. So something to think about. This is not a time to point fingers at anybody. This is a shadow reading today. This is where we look within ourselves. This is where I know it's hard, but shadow readings is where we face our truth. And sometimes facing our truth, it's a hard here and it's a hard lesson and it's uncomfortable AF. But by gosh, it can be transforming and life-changing and eye-opening. And if you're the Cancerian who is ready to feel a big weight lift off of those shoulders. If you're the Cancerian who is wanting to live in truth and live in alignment, if you're the Cancerian who doesn't want to live in the Seven of Swords energy, then I would say that this reading could be for you. Cancer, with the To Be Fair card, I'm going to say that whatever seeds you plant now, the universe will reward you. Because like I said, this is a card of justice. You reap what you sow. For good or bad, you know, you reap what you sow. So, I don't know, what do you want your tree to look like? Is your tree going to look like it's got golden apples on it? Or is your tree going to have rotten apples on it? Or is your tree going to have an abundance of apples on it? Or is your tree going to have just a few apples on it? Let me know in the comment section below. Love to hear from you, Cancer. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.